Welcome back. I'm pretty excited about today's video. Today's video, we're getting another product from the company Nuu. The last video we did on this was from the Nuu A25. And I honestly have to say this was probably my absolute top pick for best phone under $200 in 2023. Only downside to this phone was that there was no 5G. I mean, absolutely butter smooth responses on the screen, fast, great for games, pretty decent camera overall, 50 megapixel. Now here today, we are checking out the B30 Pro 5G. So if we're looking at the B30 Pro 5G, well, first off, right off the bat, boom, 5G. My main concern from before, they've caught up with the times, so I can't wait to see what they have, so let's check it out. So starting out while we're unboxing, we'll throw some stats up here on the side, but this comes with, again, 120 Hertz AMOLED screen, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. So if we're here checking out the back, we can actually see most of the stuff right here on the back. A 2.6 gigahertz octa-core CPU, 6.7-inch AMOLED, 2400 by 1080 aspect ratio, pretty solid for a phone. Now here's where they're getting big. First off, front-facing camera, 32 megapixel. Rear camera, 108 megapixel sensor. Now on the back, it also has an 8 megapixel and a 2 megapixel sensor for a couple of different aspect ratios. So you got 3 cameras on the back, very reminiscent of most flagship phones on the market today. Oh wow, that color. Let's check this out. Let's get it on the normal camera too so we can see its true beauty. Look at that color. Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay, we're not touching the phone yet. So, something I haven't seen in a while, you have an included charging brick in the box. Fast charger. You know, it's kind of nice to see it included. I haven't seen them included with phones in quite a while, and it is USB Type-C right out of the box. Check it out. Pretty clean look. You have an included SIM card tool right here. And then what feels to be a pretty decent quality USB Type-C to C cable. No A cable included in this one. In the last one, the A25, they had an included case. I didn't even notice at first. And yep, once again, we have ourselves an included clear protective case. It's a soft plastic rubber material. Feels pretty good. It's already got the camera hole cutouts. Now I did notice the camera bumps on this thing are pretty protruded. So it's nice to see here that the case is also going to help protect those as well. Man, that color is just phenomenal. So it's got a really bright teal, but then it has like a matte look. So as it rolls in the light, it changes. That just looks, and it feels great. Here, check this out. Look at this. So the background of this thing is really nice too because I'm not leaving fingerprints anywhere on this. That is nice. All right, so coming to the front, first thing I'm gonna notice, they took a note out of Samsung's page here and they have the rounded screen, and this has a built-in screen protector. This is a dual SIM card tray. If you look closely, you can put a SIM card on one side and then you can put a SIM card on the other. Man, I cannot get over how good this phone looks. Just here's a couple of examples of some pictures I took on the 108 megapixel here in the room. Again, I'm gonna be getting some outside. I wanna get some in daylight. I'll get a really general idea. We'll talk about that in the second half of the video. Okay, so after having a couple of days to test this, let's see what I found. So looking at a couple of the pictures here. Now, inside the pictures handle pretty well. You'll notice they don't handle low light noise very well. Now, low light noise is that little bit of static you can see in the darker areas. It doesn't quite know how to handle it, but in all fairness, a lot of phones don't. Some of the newer phones, like the new S24 Ultra, is actually one of the better ones at handling it, using a little bit of AI involved with a better sensor. So, on top of cameras, now this is far better than any budget camera I've ever seen. Hands down, the camera is phenomenal for the price. A couple issues you might run into when taking actual photos and portraits, fairly slow shutter speed. It just tends to click a little bit slower and process a little bit slower than your average phone. But that is one of the only things I've really found this thing be slow at. All right, now let's give the front-facing camera a test. Say you're trying to voice chat with somebody. This is about the quality you're gonna get. Not too bad. Not the clearest camera in the world, but as far as movement goes, it seems to handle it all pretty well. Audio, you guys can judge for yourself. This audio is coming straight off of the phone. Now let's check out some outside video real quick and see how it handles a nice bright day. All right, so first up, you saw a nice little quick image of the day. Now it's getting a little dark out. I will say overall, the camera actually makes it look a lot brighter out than it actually is. That's a pretty nice touch. Okay, so now we're going to test the front-facing camera. This is about the position of my normal camera. You can see my hands moving around a little bit, so this gives you a good general idea on how well it handles image stabilization. What do you guys think? Let me know it in the comments below. Does this camera quality look good enough for you? Is it something you'd be interested in? Keep in mind, this is around $259. Price could vary, $10 or $15 here and there, but it will be under $300. Make sure to put your comments down below and let me know what you think. If we go to the overhead camera here, jumping right in, fingerprint scanner, it's quick. Now, it does have a loading time, so it's not instant like the newest flagships. It's basically trying to make sure you want to unlock the phone by holding your finger there. I mean, it's quick. It's a pretty fast finger unlock. Super happy with that. Now, let's check out some games real quick. I'm not a huge mobile gamer myself, but obviously this is something people want to know. So I downloaded a few games. I was testing them out for a while. This is the Asphalt racing game. Thought we'd just give it a quick shot. Now, super impressive aspect to this gaming is that while gaming on this, it didn't get hot. It got a little warm, although with the case, it was kind of hard to tell. But after taking the case off, it wasn't feeling like it was overheating at all. And I did play with max brightness. I tend to use my phones at max brightness most of the time. All right, so going through the game here, you can see, honestly, it plays it without issue. It doesn't stutter, it doesn't lag. The FPS is just rocking it, and it handles it no problem. And I will say, this is a fantastic screen. The colors are awesome. Honestly, it just keeps impressing me what they can put in a phone for this price. Now let's go ahead and flip on over to YouTube, and we're gonna check out the speaker quality and how it looks and how quickly it loads playing videos. Check before filming this, prices have dropped down to about $41. But we'll talk about whether or not that's worth it here in a little bit. So first thing you're gonna have here. So picture quality is fantastic. Scrubbing through the footage, I mean, it's quick. It's not slow at all. The stereo speakers are not my favorite because you get a lot more sound from the right side than from the left side, and it just kind of throws me off a little bit. I know most phones do this to where the speakers are slightly different, but this one, it could use a little bit of tuning, just in my personal opinion. But aside from that, video playback works good, no lag issues. Download speeds are quick, it's got a decent antenna in it. And with the 5,000 milliamp hour battery, I can play a couple hours of games and still have a ton of battery life left. All right, so that has been my review of the Nuu B30. Again, it's been absolutely phenomenal to work with Nuu because their products are kind of crazy for the money. It's really hard to believe they can make a phone this good for this cheap. Sure, it's got a couple of things you got to give up for the price, right? You're not going to have the fastest camera in the world. You're not going to have the best camera in the world, but this is a lot better than a lot of the competition I've seen previously. So Nuu, I like what you're doing. Keep it up. And if you guys want to check out their links, we'll have it linked down below as soon as it's available. This is a brand new phone. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out this review, and we will see you on the next one.